battle with the Arizona Cardinals. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Hines on a toss play. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They run with Hines. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll try the air now with Lauletta. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Lauletta going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Back to the air, Lauletta on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Again, Lauletta. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
This is Hines. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down. It's Hines, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So out now come the Cardinals. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Looking deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now McCoy. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's McCoy. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So it's an old school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Sean Davis with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a give to Mixon. Gets by him at the 25, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mixon with a first down carry, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football. And that really hurts you as an offense.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime?
Adjustments.
Time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your best?
He's got him in, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawletta on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Lawletta. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 3rd down, that's Hines. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Leopard! Leopard!
On 2nd down, Rosen. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A quick hitter complete. It's Burns. And some room to roam now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
A handoff to Mixon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw is Rosen. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Rosen. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Just like that. Just like that.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Check.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throw left side complete. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Now let's go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, it's Lauletta. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Right there.
To the air yet again, Lauletta. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here we go now. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Lauletta. Being chased out left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey. Now let's go. Green, 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good on the extra point, and that will tie things up at 13. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to Mixon on the check down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And his throw here's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Here's Rosen to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Green, 39! Gone!
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lauletta. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Lauletta on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Lauletta to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
52's the fight, boy. 52.
Gun!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On 3rd down, it's Hines, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he will have his tight end here, Jake Bunt. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Malone. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. 10th carry now for McCoy. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Mixon. He can't get him down. Breaks free again. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, my evil, reckless brother's on my shoulder screaming, go for it, but I just knocked him off. You can't do that here. Field goal is a chip shot. Take the points. No way you can let this possession end without getting some points.
The kick by Carlson is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Vikings now heading on to the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st down, Lauletta. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. Flush to his right. And some space here. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Single, slap. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Lauletta now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
3-19!
Lauletta. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Spinning past him. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now is Rosen. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Gone!
Here's Rosen. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Cardinals on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Rosen. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And now out comes Minnesota. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They begin the drive with Hines. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First throw in overtime for Lauletta. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And it's caught by Parker. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Lauletta. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Lauletta. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
First throw in overtime now for Rosen. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
On 2nd down, Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. And, oh, if he could have just clutched that and fallen to the ground, it's an overtime victory. Instead, incomplete. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Rosen will throw. The hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check three.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Rosen. It's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off at the 36. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Minnesota, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.